The Premiership right here, made in Zimbabwe. And today we will be crossing over in about 20 minutes or so to Mbiles, where the Green Machine, Caps United, play host to the Miracle Boys, Yadah. Number 11, that's Caps United, meets number 16, that's Yadah. So it's quite a battle there. That's what we will be looking at. And also looking at the games yesterday. It's now looking like a two-horse race between Simbabora and Scotland. After Simbabora won yesterday their game against Moors to grab their lead from Scotland, who had gone on top after they beat ZPC Kariba by 2-1. But first, here is an alert warning. There is a group of one or two people who have created a Facebook page called Charles Mabika on the Go. Now, I'd like to tell you, I don't have anything to do with that Facebook page called Charles Mabika on the Go, because it has been posting some false and illicit messages purportedly authored by me. My Facebook page is simply titled Charles Mabika. So please disregard Charles Mabika on the Go. It's not me. Okay. Right. Amen. No. Right. It's Makepekepe taking on the Miracle Boys. And we've got two experts from ZBC TV Sports. One of them making a comeback after he'd gone on a sabbatical. We still call him Sparrow. Let's say hello to Spencer Nyamazao. Sparrow, it's good to have you back.
Good to be back, legendary CNN. Well, sabbatical, and I'm back in business. And nice to cover the Premiership. And I mean, as it heads on the home stretch, like Radcliffe said, it's now a two-horse race. Simbabora, Scotland. Where is it going to go?
That's right. Well, yeah, it looks like a two-horse race now, but at number 3, Amos, still, you could say, still in there. And then, look at who's number 4. The students, her rentals, going to Chisumbanje yesterday and beating Green Fuel in their own backyard. So they are now number 4. So don't rule out the students. Anything might happen. Kundai Sangare grabbing the priceless goal for the students yesterday. And of course, at Ngoni Stadium, grabbing the goal with 30 seconds of play left for Simbabora was Clive Mandinyenya. Everybody thought it was going to be 0-0. Because Zanzibar akangodzoka pasenta, Bora kavarapera. Oh, anguish for the more supporters. Right, alongside Sparrow, Sparrow, if you had forgotten, he is a staunch Manchester United supporter. He is sitting alongside another staunch Manchester United supporter. And of course, a former Warriors midfielder, former Dynamos captain, whose heart is in 3 places, or he is concentrating 3 places, talking about this game at Rufaro, thinking about the game at Butter Stadium, Kwekwe, hosting Dynamos, and then thinking about a game in England that will kick off at 5:30. Manchester United taking on Arsenal. Let's say hello to Chief Justice Majabi. 3 places at once, Chief. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, the other part is here. Thank you, legendary, and good afternoon to everyone. Looking forward to the most beautiful game, and of course, Caps United versus Yadah. A thriller there, I suppose, and it's probably a derby because they all come from the same city. Right. And of course, the Miracle Boys, they're trying to run away from the relegation. So as Caps United also want to try to get points, and also some games to come, very difficult ones. But impressed by Yerenchas. The result in Greenfield was amazing. It shows they're doing a lot. They're doing, but silently.
That's right.
Sure.
Yes, they're doing a lot. But like we said, number 11, that's Caps United, meeting number 16, that's Yadah. 17 are 17. 18, Akwekwe United. Right, okay. What we're going to do, because, right, what we're going to do is relive the game on Friday that we covered for you here. Maviravira, who are burning their way through, they met Kawiaga Turu, and this was the first goal from the guy we call Toro, Timon Machope, and Tatenda Munditi at fault there to make it 1-0. And before everybody had settled down, he struck again. That's Timon Machope. But we're just reliving the first goal here. And Sparrow, I don't know what Munditi was thinking about there.
I think that bounce gave the keeper a bit of a difficult to deal with the ball and spilling the ball, and Timon Machope pouncing on. And I think for Timon Machope, he's really come back in the second half of the season, started to score the goals, confidence started creeping in, and I think he's deserved the start he's been getting from Tondra and Raya.
Of course, Timon Machope Toro, the July player of the month. And guess who was the July coach of the month? 1, 2, 3 years, you guessed it. Stanza, Tondera and Diraya. So both winners, they're coming from one team. That's Maviravira. We're just 1 point now behind Chinuchedu. Chinuchedu are on 50, Maviravira on 49. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. But Mo's in third, and the students, rentals in fourth. Right, the second goal, like I said, was scored once again by Timon Machope Toro, and it was a miscommunication between goalkeeper Munditi and Marshall Gavaza, his center back. They did not communicate properly, and when you do that with Timon Machope breathing down your neck, Chief, you know what is going to happen.
Yeah, of course, you know, in the Gaza, he should have just played the ball safe. You know, I thought besides the goalkeeper coming in late, but he should have just done that. Of course, Machope, when he's big, he's a big boy, and you cannot afford to just say, oh, I'm gonna shoot, whereas you don't have control of the ball. You just needed to play safe. Of course, Machope, he did enough, and being clever, he poked the ball between them and slotted it to him, which is good for him. I think he's looking forward also to be selected in the upcoming AFCON. It's good for him. He has to score, he has to play, and he once got some chances. And as you can see here, he just needed to before the bounce, the second bounce, before the goalkeeper was coming, he just needed to clear the ball for safety.
That's right.
Yeah, that was more safe, and he created some problems, of course. Luckily, he was not injured because the goalkeeper came there and was very dangerous, and there was a contact. But I think for Machope, he is improving. With Temen again, he's improving.
There we see there.
See. He tried to
Gavaza
shield.
tried to shield, and then he collides with the goalkeeper, and Toro just slots it into the tall goal. If ever you get a tall goal, that's what happened. But then, in the second half, Kawiaka Turu came back, a transformed side. So it was a game, perhaps you could say, of two halves. That's what Tondera and Diraya Stanza said in the post-match interview, a game of two halves, because ZPC Kariba came back. But for all their effort, they only got a goal with 2 minutes to go. That was a flying bullet of a header by Charles Munyanyi, but it was too late. Maviravira had already gotten the 3 points, and by so doing, they moved their way to the top of the log, but it was just only going to be for 24 hours. But Sparrow, ZPC Kariba were in a lull, and then in the second half, they awoke from their slumber.
Yeah, I think in the first half, they gave too much respect to Scotland. I mean, given the profile that Scotland has, I mean, the big names within the Scotland squad, and the youngsters took a bit of a shock, and coming into the second half, they said, "No, we can match this game and we can play." And they started playing the game. I was in Gweru a month ago. I watched them play Kwekwe. I mean, they play beautiful football. Comparing to what they were playing last season, ZPC, I think.
As we see that, sorry to butt in, Sparrow, the bullet header coming from Charles Munyanyi. But it was a free head. I'm not taking anything away from this guy. But where was the marking from the Scotland defence?
I think poor marking from Scotland defence, and also I think the relaxing thing in the game is on its twilight and about to end. I think in football the match is never over until it's over. So I think lack of concentration, and Tondre and Drea would want to work on that, so that if they are going into the running of the league, they have to finish games and kill off games.
It's going to be very interesting who's going to win the league title at the end of the season. Ask me, I'm not very sure, because it's so tight. It's so tight needle. But if Scotland win it, then they make history. Well, they emulate Black Rhinos, who made history back in 1984, winning the league title in their first year in the top flight. And well, Rhinos did one better. They also won the Zifa Cup. So can Scotland, who are through to the quarterfinals of the Chibuku Super Cup, which is our premier knockout tournament, if they can win the league title and then win again the Chibuku Super Cup, that will really be good news for their director there, Petisai Scott Sakupanya, the Honorable. He will be quite happy with that if that happens. But listen, let's wait and find out. Right, Kumbiles, Dogune. Yes, sir, today. Makepe Kepe, the green machine, Kepe Kepe Bora, and Mansitago Tekerana, taking on the Miracle Boys Yadah. In the reverse fixture, which was played at Rufaro, it ended 1-0 for Makepe Kepe. Arrivals here, as we see first, the green machine rolling into Rufaro Stadium. They are in 11th position, and Chief Justice, this is not a position that Farajere, their director, would like them to be.
Yeah, of course, you know. Usually, you know, they could be playing probably top 8, but right now they've been struggling here and there, and you can see they ended up changing the coach. They brought in a new coach, and they're trying to get maximum points in almost every game, but things haven't just worked for them. And what if they lacked, probably I would say in this season, is they were not consistent. They win some games, one game, and go to flat out, you know, then they lose almost 1, 2, 3 and draws. But this has been a problem at Cape United, and also they've got a very good squad, you can say. Some players are there, and maybe merging and combinations is lacking. With the new coach coming in, you also have some of his trustees. He also they ended up changing some players. Some they left for Platinum, but maybe they with time they will come back. But the games are going, you know. The games are going, yeah. But I'm impressed by the Chitoshi. Chitoshi has brought in some cover, at least for Bruce Kangwa. Kangwa has been alone there at the back for some time, but with Chitoshi now, they look like more like they are balanced at the back. Very good squad, I would say, but they are not getting what they should be getting, especially the positive result. 3 points are important, but now it's lacking, and they found it difficult.
Yes, Makepe Kepe, if you care to remember, the last time they won the league title was back in 2016 under Lloyd Loza Chitembwe. Of course, the Miracle Boys also rolled into Mbiles Parufaro as they disembark from their bus. This side are number 16, and you know that 4 teams get relegated, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And right now, they're on 25 points. They would like to do better. They say if you go maybe to 40 points, you are assured of relegation. But Yadah here, Sparrow, will be giving it all out. Although they lost in the reverse fixture, which was played at Rufaro, the goal scored by the man we call Amla Rodwell Chinyengetere, who's no longer at Cape, he's now at Green Fuel. But Yadah would really like to fight today.
No, they really want to fight today. I mean, if you look at Yadah and Caps, not only 3 points are separated in the two teams. Yadah on 25, Caps on 28. So if Yadah wins today, they're on 28, they're level with Caps United. So I think nothing much is separated in these two teams. Just that for Yadah, they lost quite a number of key players. that they lost in the beginning of the season that really affected the team's chemistry this season. So that has been the back for Yadah, where they lost key players and they failed to replace with quality players, and hence they're always lacking in the relegation zone. But they've got King Nadolo to come up, as well as Trust, who can also come and try and help assist with goals in the middle of the park.
Right. It looks quite exciting. And yes, we always give you to find out, always give you this to find out what the gaffers, those are the head coaches, the leaders, what they are planning, what they are thinking. Yes, and today it's the same thing, because it's now time for you to take a listen to the two gaffers. First, Kabanana, Ian Bakala, the Zambian coach of Caps United. And then after Kabanana, the fixer, Maxwell Takayendesa Jongwe, because they always bring him teams to fix teams away from relegation. So let's hear what Kabanana had to say first, and then what the fixer had to say from Rufaro Stadium. Well, we're just waiting there. It will be very interesting. We will take a listen as well, because we don't know what they said. But maybe at this juncture, let me quickly find out from the two experts here what their scoreline forecasts are. I'll start with Chief Justice. Who's going to win?
No, Cape United is going to win.
Cape United are winning.
They'll win a 2-0 win.
2-0
for Cape United.
Okay. And Sparrow, scoreline?
Well, I think Caps United will win. Scoreline, I'm not sure, but it will be it won't be much. But I think Caps will win, because there's nothing.
We need the scoreline, Sparrow. It won't be much. This would have 10-0 or something. We need a scoreline.
I'll say 1-0 Caps United.
1-0 for Kepe. Saga, legendary. I have to,
balance.
Yadah will win by 2-1. This is legendary. So we will wait there to see. We're just waiting to get to hear what the two gaffers had to say. Kabanana, Ian Bakala of Makepe, and the fixer, Maxwell Takayendesa Jongwe, what he had to say in turn as well. But I can tell you that Caps United making four changes from the side that lost to Moors. Remember, they lost to Moors at Ngoni Stadium in the Chibuku Super Cup first round. So Kabanana has made 4 changes, and one of them is goalkeeper. The Ghanaian Odai has had to sit it out on the bench today, and he brings in Harmony Nare, who, of course, remember, was signed from ZPC Wange. He was the first choice, and then after Kabanana moved in, he was dropped, but he's back. And I'm just wondering, Chief, what is he thinking there? Just rotating or what? 3 other changes there as well.
No, I think he's just trying to find a formula, a winning formula. But of late, I think even although he was doing good in goals, but only finishing was lacking at Cape United. They've done so well in terms of defending, in terms of attacking, using the width here and there sometimes, but finishing was lacking in them. They created so many chances. I think we watched together the game against Moors last week.
Yes.
They did very well, but they couldn't get goals, but right now, maybe he's trying to give in some players some chances. Yeah, just give some chances. And he couldn't do anything, we would say, although last time with those goals against Moss. But he give others some chance. It's good for other players. You can see, and you can prepare for next matches as well.
Right, of course, you've had the focus already. So what's left for us now is just to cross to the commentary box. Kumbiles at Rufaro Stadium and join the guys there. We'll be talking to you at halftime as Caps United take on Yadah.
Very good afternoon and welcome to Rufaro Stadium, where we are having match day 25. Caps United taking on Yadah, and the two teams have just walked into the field of play, and we are ready for the national anthems. Join us after the national anthem. That's the national anthem for Zimbabwe. Ngaikomborero nyika yaZimbabwe here at the ceremonial home of football, Rufaro Stadium, for match day 25, Kasolaga Premier Soccer League. And I'm joined in the commentary box by Joseph Ngani, the man from the COP. Very good afternoon, Joseph.
Yes, good afternoon, Willie. It's good to be here at Rufaro Stadium, where today we are witnessing Cape United, who are hosting Yadah. And coming into this game, Cape United have been very inconsistent. If you look at the last 5 games, Capes have won only 1 game, losing 2 and drawing the other 2. Whereas on the other hand, we are seeing a Yadah who's coming into this game, having played their last 5 games, winning 2 of them, losing 1 and drawing the other 2. So we wait to see which team is going to show up on either side, but the 2 teams are certainly desperate for points.
Exactly, Joseph. The 2 teams desperate for points, especially Yadah, who are occupying the last relegation slot on the log table there, and they need maximum points here to start their fight to climb up the ladder and avoid the dreaded chop at the end of the season. And remember, if Yadah, as you can see on the screens there, on your screens there, that's the match officials. The center referee today has been Lloyd Mapanje, Edgar Rumike, the first assistant, and the second assistant is the Kudakwache Chirairo, Kwendesani Dirwai, the 4th official, and Richard Mandoko is the match commissioner. Let me just run down the lineups for you this afternoon as you see Yadah there with their pre-match ritual. Preparing for this tough encounter ahead of them. We start with the home team, Cape United in goals, Hamon Nare coming in place of Stephen Odai Kwaku, he is injured. And Kelvin Mangwiza, Bruce Kangwa, Chinga Chitoshi, Wesley Milanzi, Kundai Benyu, Bernard Chipanera, Sean Muzinde, Phineas Bamuse, Kennedy Mpomba and Adam Tende. And the reserves, the goalkeeper is Wayne Ushe, Jimmy Zingai, Junior Bunjira, Blessing Petisai, Rayama Bisiala Mabiala, Nyasha Chintuli, Ishmael Wadi, and Jaden Bakare. And the coach is Ian Bakala, being assisted by Alexio Sejon and Witness Mkuli being the goalkeeper as a coach. Yadah are lining up as follows: Timon Vula in goals, Terence Josiah Daka, Sonny Mewali, Takunda Vareta, Terence Magura Nyanga, King Nadolo, Innocent Muchaneka, Mustafa Francis, Aaron Zangai, Shingai Masukuta, Evans Rusike. That's the starting 11 for Yadah as it's been confirmed there on your screens. And the reserve goalkeeper is Godnoze Gurure, Donald Mulilo, Ryan Nyube, Anotidaishe Gwatizo, Tanaka Chikumba, Vincent Sango, Kudzai Jason, Marvelous Fernando, William Manondo, Emmanuel Chitauro. And the coach is Maxo Takandesa Jongwe, being assisted by Kabonia Masocha and Brenham Siska Babagari. Joseph, we are ready to rumble here at Rufaro Stadium with what I would call a poor crowd on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes, indeed, we would have expected more fans to have come into the stadium this afternoon, because if you look at the 2 teams, this is a derby between crosstown neighbors, Cape United from Harare and Yadah from Harare, and it's more of a grudge match between the 2 teams. Cape United themselves are not a small team. Yadah have come into the league for, I think, since 2018 now, and up to now, they are still part of the story. So it's not really a fixture that would draw this kind of a small crowd, as it were. But hopefully, let's assume maybe some fans are still making their way to the stadium, but certainly a low crowd that we have seen so far.
Yes, and the match official Lloyd Mapanje is ready to take us home here as Yadah will kick us off, and that will be playing from right to left on your screens, and Cape United from left to right on your screens, and Yadah kicks us off in all red with a bit of white stripes in front of their shirts, and Cape United in all white. Evans Rusike with an early touch there, and Cape United clears with Chinga Chintoli, the Zambian international, and 2 players down already, Joseph.
Yes, this is one thing that we've always bemoaned about in terms of stoppages in a game. We've hardly played 30 seconds, but already we have a man down. Yes, of course, it might mean that the players are showing commitment to fight for every ball, but this kind of stoppages that you may not really look at, you say there, I think it was an off-the-ball incident when the 2 players were trying to focus on the game, but it's very unfortunate that we have a stoppage as early as the 20th second of the game.
Yes, so that was Mustafa Francis for Yadah there going down alongside the Cape United counterpart there. I couldn't pick out who it is, and throw into Terence Magura Nyanga of Yadah with a throw on the far side. Flicked front by Evans Rosike. And Caps United pumps it forward, looking for the new man who has just been thrown in there, Adam Tende. Phineas Bamusi. Can he keep it in play? Yes. And finally the ball rolls out for a throw into Caps United to be taken by the captain, Phineas Bamusi. Kundai Benyu fighting for the ball. Free kick to Caps United, to Yadah. Taken all the way back to Timon Mvula in goals for Yadah, former of Simba Bora last season. That's where he was playing. Played for Dynamos. Started at Wange. Maguranyanga Terence into the center of the park. Caps United fighting for the ball there. Phineas Bamusi, the captain, beaten there. And Adam Tende. This is now the man they call Shingai Masukuta. Kennedy Mpomba, dreadlocked for Caps United, conceding a throw-in to be taken by Maguranyanga Terence. Very slow start to this game, Joseph.
Yes, I think the two teams are still sizing each other up, and at this stage of the game, that's where you don't want to make a mistake as a player, because you don't want to set back your team as early as in the first 3, 5, 10 minutes of the game. But at the same time, we've seen Cape United coming more on the offensive, of course, with live wire in back up.
Phineas
Bamusi, I mean.
Yes, losing possession there, and Kennedy Mpomba was trying to fight for the ball, but this is safely collected by Timon Mvula, who dispatches a long ball forward. Headed back into play by Kelvin Mangiza. This is Daka. Josiah Daka, Terence, quick throw, poorly controlled there by the other forward. Throw into Kelvin Mangiza of Caps United. This is Yadah in the center of the park. That was Aaron Zangai and Chipanera, Bernard Chipanera. Mid-season acquisition for Caps United, has been doing very well in the center of that park.
Yeah. He is one gritty player, and he's very solid. He's steady, and if he keeps a cool head, this boy will go far. If you look at the way he applies himself in the game, and he was signed from Golden Eagles.
Yes, in the Northern Region Division 1. Takunda Vareta, the center back to the goalkeeper, Timon Mvula. Looking for Maguranyanga Terence, back to the goalkeeper. This is Takunda Vareta. Both teams were eliminated in the Chibuku Super Cup. Caps United going down 2-0 at Ngoni Stadium against Moss, and Yadah, ironically, were also eliminated in Ngoni Stadium by Dynamos via the penalty shootout. Good ball there, Yadah breaking here. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does, but a bit late. And at the end of the day, Terence Maguranyanga with a horrible cross.
The idea was right, but I think he overcooked it. He had so much power behind that ball, but you could tell that was. But a good ball was threaded into the Caps United box there, which was actually defense beating pass. But of course, it was overcooked and it went towards the byline, and then there Maguranyanga trying to come in with a killer of a cross, which is overcooked.
Exactly, that was a very poor cross by Yadah's right back Terence Maguranyanga. Kasukuta. Throw into Caps United. Wesley Milanzi. Phineas Bamusi. And see Phineas Bamusi, the Caps United captain, is down injured. This is how it happened. Takunda Vareta, the culprit, penalized by the match official, and I could see the two medics have been called upon to attend to Bamusi. It will be very, very difficult for Ian Bakara to lose his influential captain in Phineas Bamusi as early as this, Joseph.
Yes, indeed. Phineas Bamusi is one player who likes to play the ball to his feet. He's very comfortable with the ball. He's fast, he's very tricky, and his trickery may actually be a factor that can decide the outcome of this particular fixture. And there Ian Bakada with you, showing his concern. He would want to see his captain, influential captain for that matter, coming up back to his feet and continue with the game.
And then we had a glimpse of Maxwell Takanesa Jongwe, the professor. And free kick to Caps United on that far side. Kelvin Mangiza with the low cross inside the box was well blocked by Yadah. Takunda Vareta back to goalkeeper Timon Mvula. Vareta in possession now. He's looking for King Nadolo, who loses possession. Timon Mvula to Vareta. And somebody is lying down injured inside the center circle, and the referee has stopped the play to allow the player to be treated.
Must be Leroy Bernard Panera.
That would be a big loss for Caps United, CN Bakala. Because Panera is a very vital cog in that midfield department, Joseph.
And I like the way he steadies the Caps United midfield. He's a very solid and steady central midfield player, and you don't want to lose him early in this game, more so through an injury in inspired substitution.
And that's part of the crowd here at Rufaro Stadium. That is the Caps United Bay, the city end. Very lively. Caps United, and Matsibaba is one supporter who doesn't miss any Caps United, with a bald head and a garment, with his traditional knob carries from the Matsibaba sect. Looks like a groin.
Yeah, we hope it's not anything that's going to force him out of this game. We want to see his exploits, and Caps United definitely need him to be part of the story.
It will be very sad for Caps United losing Bernard Chipanera as early as this minute, and Ian Bakala will not be happy to make an injury-spared substitution. So play resumes with a drop ball. Vareta to Timon Mvula, Magura, Nyanga, Terence. He's looking for Innocent Muchaneka. Bruce Kangwa comes in. Chance for Caps United here. Low cross inside the box, well dotted by Yadah. Kasukuta, Shingai. Throw into Caps United. Kelvin Mangiza. Poor cross by Mangiza, which was blocked by Shingai Masukuta. Mpomba was rushing to support but couldn't get to the end of it, and Timon Mvula comes in to collect a loose ball inside the box. Takunda Vareta, the gangling centre back for Yadah. So it's the Miracle Boys checking on Caps United. Makepe Kepe. Maxo Takanda Sajongwe, briefly in your picture, there's Vareta dispatches a crossfield pass looking for Shingai Masukuta. Not to be Phineas Bamusi with a high ball. Poorly done by Vareta.
I think you can see, Willie, that the players are not yet comfortable playing their ball, because I think it's to do with the surface. You know, the playing surface has been trodden on more often than not, because we see the players trying to exchange passes, but the ball doesn't really roll kindly on the floor, and at times you then see players making unforeseen errors of trying to control the ball or making incomplete passes, because the ball will take an awkward bounce before it reaches its target.
That Francis Mustafa was brought down there, and the referee has awarded the free kick. That is Lloyd Mapanje. Innocent Muchaneka. Vareta. Crossfield pass looking for Kasukuta. Shingai Masukuta. Well dealt with by Kelvin Mangiza. Maguranyanga to the wrong man. Pamusi. Masukuta been overpowered there by the Cape United left back, that is Kelvin Mangiza. Good ball there looking for Evans Rusike. Cracked goal there just over the bar. Good attempt there by Evans Rusike. Just in that Hamonare was slightly off his line. Joseph.
Evans Rusike is not one player you want to give such space. If you look at the ball when it was flighted into his path, he made sure he looked up and decided to go for a shot, and his volley was not way off target, but you could see what he was trying to do. Evans Rusike can actually do you a goal out of that position. So Cape United, I think, have received a warning.
Bruce Kangwa, a veteran, former of Highlanders, went to Tanzania to play for Azam. Back to the goalkeeper Amonare Chitoshi, the Zambian. There is the effort by Rusike. Millimeters over the crossbar. That looks like a good ball and offside according to the match official Lloyd Mapanje. There is the first assistant referee Edgar Rumeke with his flag. The dreadlocked player in your picture there is a Terence Daka, the man who scored a corner kick against Moors at the Hart Stadium, and the Moors suffered a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Yadah that day. Timon Vula to Vareta. Mustafa Francis. Shipanera Bernard is back in action and is brought down there. Is penalized actually. Ivan Rusike, the captain for Yadah. Throw in conceded by the captain Rusike. Wesley Milanzi preparing to take a throw in. Throw in.
Hello.
There is Milanzi in your picture, Wesley. Playing right back this afternoon for Cape United. And Ian Bakala was very happy to welcome him back. Remember, Brian Kademanja is injured, so they are missing his services. Chitoshi, the Zambian, chested the ball back to the goalkeeper Hamonare. Was playing for ZPC Wange last season in the Region Division 1. They gained promotion but couldn't play in the Premier League because ZPC Kariba is already there, and their franchise was acquired by Moors. We have done very well in the first season, the maiden season, and part of the crowd from the VIP stands there, Joseph.
Yes, and some familiar faces. And one thing we need to point out from the Cape United camp is that one person who should have been sitting on one of those chairs is the Cape United marketing manager, Alois Bunjira, who was involved in a very serious accident yesterday afternoon as he was traveling to Rusape. And we understand a few lives were lost in that particular accident. So we send our commiserations and get well messages to Cape United marketing manager, Alois Bunjira.
And the good news is that he is in a stable condition and he was discharged from Rusape General Hospital yesterday and is now in Harare, recovering. Another attempt from afar by Yadah. I think they are spotting that was Francis Mustafa. I think they are spotting that Hamonari is not keeping his, is leaving his go area regularly. And there's Bernard Chipanera still holding his groin there.
He's not looking comfortable, Bernard Chipanera. I'm not sure if he's going to last the game. But again, that will be another blow to Cape United because already they are missing Tanaka Kante Shandirwa through suspension, as well as Brian Kadamaja, who's also injured. Mugalu is also out injured, as well as Kwaku out injured. So Cape United, I think, are thin in terms of their manpower, their roster. And it will be sad to see Chipanera exiting this game without, due to an injury, and adding to Cape United woes. We are certainly missing Tanaka Kante Shandirwa, a very industrial player who has seen it all and who gives it all on the pitch.
Chinga Chitoshi looking for Wesley Milanzi. Well dealt with by Yadah in defense there. Ian Mchaneka. And Joseph, the news I'm just receiving is that Bernard Chipanera might not continue as Nyasha Chintuli is being prepared by Cape United. Only 18 minutes on our clock and the injury inside substitution is likely to happen within a short period of time.
Yeah, very sad for Chipanera to exit the scene under such circumstances.
And there he goes down.
Yeah, I think his shift is done. Unfortunately, Chipanera, and you can see his frustration as he throws down the bandage on the ground and hand in face. Definitely, he would have wanted to be part of the story going forward, but unfortunately, Chipanera getting the short end of the stick and will play no further part in this game. Since 18 minutes, he has played.
So we can confirm that Bernard Chipanera big day comes to an end agonizingly. There it is, Bernard Chipanera being assisted by the medical staff,
and it's Nyasha Chintuli who's going to replace him.
So part of the Cape United supporters there, and there's confirmation of the substitution. Chintuli Nyasha, I'm sure he's the scorer of their last two Premier League goals against Cape United and away to Bikita. Bernard Chipanera is number 88, been substituted. Vareta Takunda losing the ball to Cape United in a dangerous position there, and Wesley Milanzi losing it to Daka. Kundai Benyu in possession. Kelvin Mangiza looking for Bamusi. Bamusi looking for Adam Tende. Bamusi. Kennedy Bomba. That was a good ball there. Cape United chance. Yeah! And it's well dealt with there by... It was not the goalkeeper, it was actually a miss there. They should have scored there, Cape United, Joseph, and the goal kick has been conceded there. Nyasha Chintuli almost making an instant impact there.
he makes his introduction into this game very spectacular. Of course, he didn't find the target, but it was going to be a very sweet way of coming into this game. Nyasha Chintuli there with an off target, but I like the way he had found his space and ran into the Cape United box. And of course, a good cross again that came in from the right hand side of Cape United. But Nyasha Chintuli, by the way, look at that cross there, a center that was sent in. And Nyasha Chintuli didn't get the right connection that he would have wanted. And by the way, Nyasha Chintuli is the one who scored the Cape United consolation goal last time around when they lost 2-1 to Bigita Minerals. So he's one who's got an eye for goal. And as a midfielder, he's someone who then gives you options as a coach to say he's an industrious midfielder, but he can also get you a goal or two.
Yes, Cape United. King Nadolo, Aaron Zangai, so Yadah enjoying the bed of the exchanges momentarily. Daka, back to Daka. Vareta, Daka, Vareta, misplaced pass here, chance for Cape United, too slow, and the goalkeeper does well to keep it out of play there. That was Sean Muzinda presented with a golden opportunity there by Takunda Vareta. What a dreadful error there by the Yadah big centre back.
Takunda Vareta has to thank his keeper Timon Mvula for bailing him out there. He had actually miscalculated his back pass, which was then stolen by Sean Muzinde, but Sean Muzinde did not capitalize on that area. So Cape United there miss a sitter, miss a chance. Look at him there running all by himself. He has the ball under his charge and he finds space, and then of course his shot, you might argue and say probably it was going to kill off target, but otherwise Timon Mvula had to make sure it doesn't bother him, and he parried it away to safety.
That was a dreadful error by Takunda Vareta, and Sean Muzinde couldn't capitalize on that golden opportunity presented to him by a defensive blunder there. And there is Adam Tende in your picture there. Cape United, I'm sure they have been affected by the absentees of the likes of Mugalu, who is injured, and I still don't understand why Ian Bakala didn't opt for Junior Bunjira with all these injuries and suspensions, like Tanaka Shandilwa is injured. Suspended.
Maybe he wants to play Junior Bunjira as his trump card, because he's one player, young player, full of energy, full of running at the moment, and also even sends in beautiful and inviting crosses from down the wings. But I think he will still see him this afternoon before the day is over. That is Junior Bunjira.
So Cape United finds Chintoli Shinga, Wesley Milanzi, Daka, Aaron Zangai losing possession, Vareta, Chinga Chintoshi, Wesley Milanzi, referee spotted something there and a free kick to Yadah. It's actually a throw-in. Chaneka innocent. Back to Chaneka from Sonny Mewali. Maguranyanga Terence. Sonny Mewali. Takunda Vareta now. Chaneka innocent. Dangerous ball by Wesley Milanzi. High boot free kick to Yadah. Terence Daka. The player was caught in the head there by Milanzi. So free kick in a promising position for Yadah. Lloyd Mapanje. There is chest control. And the one who's going for the header, high boot there by Wesley Milanzi. Rightfully punished by Mapanje, and he's lucky to get away without a booking, Joseph.
Yes, he's lucky because if you look at the height of his boot as well as the flight of his body, that was certainly dangerous play on the part of Wesley Milan. So he survives there a card, but I think it's also to do with the referee trying to manage the game, trying not to be heavy-handed early on in this game, and just trying to allow football to play and roll without much interference and heavy-handedness on the part of the referee.
Mchaneka. Straight to goal, it's a goal there! Caps United caught napping and the goalkeeper was off guard. Hamonare couldn't expect it to come. Innocent Mchaneka with a free kick out of nothing. Hamonare was expecting a cross inside the box, and Innocent Mchaneka realized that the goalkeeper was off guard, and Yadah lead Caps United by 1-0 at Rufaro Joseph.
A free kick for Yadah, a free goal for Yadah. Hamoninare was expecting a cross, so he shifted more to his left-hand side, expecting to deal with a cross that was expected to be sent on the far post, and yet Yadah were clever. They realized that there was a pocket of space on the near side, a well-taken goal, a well-taken shot, finding the near post, and Caps United are 1 goal down. Hamoninare miscalculated. Look at that ball.
There it is.
Full flight, top left corner. Hamoninare could not help but just see the ball bouncing off his net, just to his disappointment and to his surprise. Look at his face, dejected, surprised and disappointed. Hamoninare concedes the goal.
So Caps United restart here, but Joseph, honestly, if the truth is to be said, that was a wonderful free kick. As you watch the slow motion die, it was into the top corner there. It only needed maybe if the goalkeeper was right at the corner, but the way he was positioned there, I can't really blame him. Yes, of course, he could have watched the flight of the ball, and the news I'm just receiving is that Dinamo Dimbare Hainangozi are leading Kwekwe United by 2-0 at Bata Stadium.
In the El Relegato game in the Midlands, Tottenham was leading by 1-0. But at the same time, Willie, I think Caps United missed another chance.
And Caps United, they're almost scoring there with the Adam Tende frustrated there. Corner kick for Caps United here at Rufaro Stadium. Until one leading Highlanders by 1-0 at Magumeni. Quickly taken, cross inside the box, headed away by Yadah. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't.
And Caps Dynamos have found their goals through Kasondo, who scored in the fifth minute. Look at that cross there. It was nearly an own goal. It was a near own goal by Yadah, saved by the goalkeeper's trailing leg there. It would have been an embarrassing own goal by Sonny Mewali, who had headed his ball. He had taken a header and dangerously slow towards his own goal. So Yadah survived. And from the Midlands, it's Kasondo who scored for Dynamos in the 5th minute, and then Mtasa doubling the score for Dynamos in the 19th minute.
So Kasondo and Jaros Kasondo and Wisdom Tasa, the goal scorers for Dinamo Dimbare. Mission Impossible 2 according to CNN. There is a Francis Mustafa for the midfielder for Yadah, down injured. This is how it happened, a tussle with Kundai Benyu.
Yeah,
body check there.
Yeah, I think it was his landing that cost him. I think it was a fair shoulder charge on the part of Kundai Benyu. I don't think it was malicious, but it was just an unfortunate landing after the encounter with Kundai Benyu. So Mustafa down there, unfortunately.
And part of the Caps United crowd there from the Caps United Bay, that is the city end bay. And Mustafa Francis there. Let's hope it's not a hamstring injury. I saw him holding his hamstring, and some substitution just warming up there for Yadah is a Jason Kudzai. is one of them, and is it Mulilo Donald? That's the Cape United bench in Bakara.
And Junior Bunjira on the top right corner there of the picture, telling his mates what could have happened or what could have been done.
Exactly. Confirmation of the scoreline there. Innocent Mchaneka in the 26th minute with a free kick. Very uncharacteristic.
And looking at the last 10 encounters between the two teams, Willie, Cape United have won 5 times against Yadah, and Yadah have beaten Cape 3 times in the last 10 games, and they've drawn 2 games. So in other words, Cape United have been dominant over Yadah, and Yadah will want to make this game count and make one good and return them the favor, and also try and maintain parity between the two teams. But there's nothing really to separate the two teams, but as it is, Cape United dominate Yadah.
Yes, there is Muzinde, the one who missed that golden opportunity, and Mpomba spotting some dreadlocks there, as Terence Maguranyaka prepares to take a throw in for Yadah. 32 minutes by our watch here. Chintoshi, Shinga, Bruskanga is fighting there. So Cape United's Phineas Bamus in possession. He has kept in play, but not according to the referee Lloyd Mapanje. So throw into Yadah. So updates from other senders. Dynamo still leading by 2-0 against the Kwekwe United. And Tier 1 leading Highlanders by 1-0 at Babafield Stadium. Chance for Yadah. Kundai Nucleus blushes for Cape United there, and the referee was getting involved there, and the play has been stopped. So a drop ball to resume play, and another Yadah player is down. Is it Mustafa Francis? I need to check who it is. Yes,
yeah, it's him.
Holding his hamstring again. I'm sure that will be another injury-inspired substitution for the second time this afternoon. One, we have seen Bernard Chipanira for Cape United going down and being substituted subsequently, and now Mustafa Francis. It's a hamstring injury. I don't think he'll come back, Joseph.
Yeah.
Sad news for Maxwell Takande Sajongwe.
It's looking difficult, it's looking hard for Mustafa there for Yadah, and I'm sure Maxwell Jongwe Takaendesa will not want to lose his man as early as the 33rd minute due to injury. You want to make your substitutions according to how you want the team to play, how you want to apply your tactics, but when you lose a man through injury like that, it definitely doesn't fall into any coach's plans. We hope it's not anything serious, maybe just something to set him back for a few minutes. It will be nice to see him bounce back on the field of play. We'll wait and see the signal from his medical team.
Great chance for Cape United here inside the box there. Some good defending there from Yadah. Can he keep it in play? Bruce Kangwa, Kundai Benyu, Kelvin Mangiza. Yadah regains possession. Shingai Masatuka, and Kunyai Benyu does well to defend. Looks like Mustafa wants to come back. Joseph is up and about on the far side there.
He has indicated his ability to continue with this game. So we'll wait to see if it's on anything serious or it's going to affect his run and his application, or how he's going to get in contact with these Cape United opponents. But, well, it's good to see him back to his feet. But again, we don't know how serious the injury was and if it's going to affect his play going forward. Because we still have about 70 minutes of play. About 60 minutes of play.
Bruce Kangwa. So Yadah coming up. Nearly an on goal there by Kundai Benyu. A miscue, but Hamonare was alert. 35 minutes gone by our watch here. 10 minutes to the Oranges. There's Kundai Benyu's miscue. Luckily, Hamonare was alert and was watching it all over. And there goes down, is it Francis Mustafa again? The other player in the center circle there. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
With a hamstring injury, Joseph, it's very, very difficult to come back there. He tried to come back, but stretcher for the second time, and I'm sure he called it a day. Maybe in as much as he'd want to help his team in fighting relegation, I'm sure it's time for Maxwell Takandisa Jonge to make the substitution.
And he did.
And I can see they are preparing a substitution, and it's Chikumba. Tanaka Chikumba is preparing to come in with about 9 minutes to the Oranges, and Francis Mustafa being stretchered off the field of play. Caps United, Shinto Ole, King Nadolo. Good ball, looking for Rusike. Chance for Caps United! Tenteja! Off the bar! Caps United here nearly punished, and Yadah almost doubled the lead there. King Nadolo just missing the target, crushing his effort on the horizontal bar, Joseph.
He overcooked it. His idea was brilliant. He just wanted to loop the ball over the defenders, over the goalkeeper, but unfortunately he overdid it. But otherwise, Caps United survived. Yadah are on the prowl. Yadah are promising. Look at the ball there that was sent in.
There's the ball by Ivan
Rusike and
Nadolo.
King Nadolo all by himself. And of course, the first attempt did not come out right. But then, when he tried to chip the defense, Caps United defense on the far side, it was just overhit. But otherwise, it was a good opportunity for Yadah to double their lead, and Caps United survived. Warning shots for Caps United.
That was a good effort by Yadah there, finding King Nadolo inside the box. He did well to beat Hamonare, but his final effort at goal, he had picked his spot there, but it was unfortunate that his effort was a bit high and it crashed against the horizontal bar. Now Wesley Milans with a free kick for Caps United. Headed away by Yadah. It was actually Kennedy Mpomba who came up with this free kick. Milanzi left it for Mpomba.
It was Phineas Pamusi who then got the chance to fire the last nail, but unfortunately he miskicked his shot, and it went horribly off target for Caps United, much to the relief of Yadah goalkeeper Timon Mvula.
So Timon Mvula with a goal kick over the center circle. Chikumba's first involvement. Rusike battling for possession, and Sean Muzinde penalized there by the match official.
But I'm not sure if he was pulled back, Evans Rusike. I think he was trying to lean back on his marker, and then his marker moved away, and then Rusike fell to the ground. But I think
quickly taken by Mchaneka to Rusike. Masatuka, Josiah Daka beating his marker, not past the second one, which is it Milan's. So Daka with the throw in inside the box to Rusike, cleared away by Benyu, and Benyu again with the defensive header. Takuda Vareta recycles it back. Nyasha Chintuli, Milan's Chintoshi Chinga, back to the goalkeeper Hamonare. Caps United supporters are not happy. Awkward clearance there. Confirmation of the substitutes. Tanaka Chikumba in for Francis Mustafa. That is on top of your screens on the left. Wesley finding Muzinde, who has been well defended by Daka. Confusion inside the box, and Chintuli. Timon Mvula is not happy with the Vareta and is mad with the Meliwa Soni Mewali. And the match official is not happy with the Timon Mvula's conduct there, Joseph.
Yes, his antics are seeming to suggest that the referee is not happy with that, because he's drawing the attention of the referee to say he wants to do his laces, and the referee thinks otherwise. It's just not okay.
He has lost his shoe.
He has lost his shoe. It's not looking too good. So I think he needs a replacement set and replacement pair. And the referee has actually rightly so stopped his watch to allow for that admin issues to be done. I don't know if he's changing his pair of boots, or Cape United coach there, Ian Bakala. Oh no!
I can't believe this, Joseph.
Why use tape?
Joseph,
Surely
I can't believe this.
There should be a spare pair of boots.
Honestly, Joseph, this is
It's just not right.
embarrassing.
It's just not right. Yadah, kit manager, where are you? This is where you come in to make sure all the playing equipment for the players is available and on standby should there be a need. But right now we see Cape United, Yadah goalkeeper pair of boots being repaired on the pitch. Do we need a cobbler at the stadium?
And Maxo Takendesa Jongwe in your picture. Brenham Siska Babagari with a cap on the bench. Now Takunda Vareta.
It seems there's a new role that is now available in football. We need a cobbler who's going to be on standby, just like we have ambulances to attend to injured players. Now we need a cobbler who can be available and at hand to stitch player boots.
Exactly, Joseph, but it's very, very embarrassing, to be honest. Remember, this match being broadcasted and millions of viewers watching. Dhaka penalized there for flowing down a Cape United player. Muzinde, good looking ball to Chintoshi, who couldn't get past the two Yadah defenders there. Let's see if the repaired boot can kick something.
If he's left-footed, that is. But we wait to see whether he's right. I think he's going to use his right leg.
That's a long ball, and it's all the way to Amonare. Chinga Chintoshi. Wesley Milan's back to Chintoshi. Innocent Mchaneka, the goal scorer. King Nadolo trying to be skillful there, and Milan's couldn't keep it in play. Throw into Terence Dhaka of Yadah, the dreadlocked overlapping defender.
I wonder why King Nadolo was trying to be stylish there, standing. He killed a move, an otherwise promising move for Yadah.
And Adam Tende there, down injured. Timon Vula was trying to assist him. So the medical staff for Cape United in attendance. As you see Timon Vula there, I wanted to see the bandage that the tape that repaired his shoe. It's not visible from here, but we can view his Puma. The cameraman took it away from us. This is part of the crowd at the Cape United Bay. That is the city end bay here.
Yeah, the sorry and sad end of the Rufaro Stadium here, the Cape United end, and they've since sat down. They were singing and dancing, but Yadah had other ideas. Yadah set them down, and now they are discussing tactics and views and sharing opinions of what Cape United coach Ian Bakala should do. But we wait to see if Yadah will allow them to bounce back in this game. But Yadah, I think, deserved leaders at this point.
Yes, and remember, Joseph, if Yadah can win by 2-0 here, or by any 2-goal margin, they'll go above Cape United on goal difference. Same number of points, 28.
Yes.
Currently, Cape United is sitting on 11th, and Yadah on number 15. And all these injuries, Joseph, is because of this poor surface at Rufaro Stadium.
Yeah, indeed. Rufaro Stadium, let's be honest with each other, Rufaro Stadium has been overused. It's tired now. I think it has suffered enough duress and stress because too many teams are using this particular facility. If you look at all the other teams, in fact, they are using Rufaro Stadium as their home ground. So definitely it's a pitch that has suffered serious abuse and has been trodden on more often than not. So definitely it's bound to be affected, and now it's affecting the type of play the two teams are giving us.
Yes, no recovery time for Rufaro Stadium, and Cape United are not happy with this kind of free kick being awarded by Lloyd Mapanje. It looks like Kundai Benyu won the ball fairly, and Lloyd Mapanje had other ideas, other thoughts. you viewed it differently. There it is.
Yeah, I think he was stopped in his track. He was in full flight, and Kundai Benyu's leg caught his trailing leg. So yeah, maybe Cape United, of course, will feel aggrieved, but I think there it was a good call by the referee to call out Kundai Benyu for a free kick to Yadah.
Innocent Mchaneka to Maguranyanga, Terence, Sonny Meliwa, King Nadolo looking for Susike. Kundai Benyu recovers for Cape United to Bruce Kangwa. Cleared away by Kangwa. Headed forward by Tende, but nobody attends for Cape United. Josiah. Long ball by Vareta all the way to Hamonare, the goalkeeper for Cape United.
If you look at that long ball that was fighted by Yadah, really, this is one of the type of balls that we always bemoan about. To say we have the propensity of sending speculative balls into no man's land, speculative balls just up front, the kind of balls that you have not addressed to a teammate, the kind of balls that will just be sent forward to whom it may concern. God knows what is going to happen further upfield. So you prefer players to just find each other, slow build-up play and exchange of passes and moving as a block and possibly retain possession.
And Joseph, we are now in the 47th minute. Free kick for Yadah, a very, very dangerous position as Shingai Masukuta was brought down, and yellow card to Bruce Kangwa, who is not happy. That's the first caution of the day. Bruce Kangwa goes into the little black box of the referee, and this should be the last action of the first half. We are already into 3 minutes of added time. This is how it happened. Kangwa,
It was late.
That was
late.
a crude tackle.
He stemmed on him.
Yeah, he stemmed on
and
the
it was
toes of
late. Yes, it was late. I think that's the crime Bruce Kwangwa is accused of facing right now in the football courts.
So considering that Yadah scored a free kick, can this be dangerous for Cape United? Can it be a threat for Hamonare?
Yes, it will be. It will be, because it comes just from the opposite end of the similar territory of the first free kick that was given to Yadah, which gave them their first goal. So we wait to see if Yadah have got variation and that can punish Cape United. And I'm sure Cape United goalkeeper Nare will be more careful and more alert and more decisive this time around.
So let's see who's going to dispatch it. Josiah Daka is behind it. Muchaneka is also there, but looks like the left foot of Daka is over the bar and way off target. Maybe if it was for the Sabres, that was a good 3 points for the Sabres.
Yes, and the Sabres will definitely welcome that 3-pointer try. But this is a game of football. You don't score upwards, you score downwards.
Yes, we need it under the horizontal, not above the horizontal. And Lloyd Mapache brings the first half to an end. And it's the Miracle Boys leading Makepekepe by 1-0, and an innocent Muchaneka free kick in the 26th minute. And what's your thought, Joseph, of the first half so far?
Yeah, I think the first half was not much to separate the two teams. Cape United started the house on fire, but they didn't get a goal out of it. And then Yadah came up and recovered. They just contained Cape United, and then Yadah recovered, and then they came up with their own type of play that threatened Cape United. Their wing play, they were utilizing all their channels from the left, from the right, and then of course one of the left channel attacks gave them a goal, albeit from a set piece. But Yadah will walk into the dressing room now happy and feeling more comfortable with the one goal lead that they have. But Cape United will need to come out stronger in the second half. Definitely, we are seeing an off-color Cape United in the first half so far.
And as we prepare to cross back to the studio where CNN Charles Mabika is waiting with his team for the halftime analysis. Over to you, CNN. Just waiting for a few moments before we cross over to the studio where there is a free kick. Amonar was caught napping there.
By the time he saw that the ball was flying into his net, you can tell from his body he was already deflected.
So we are crossing over to the studio for CNN and his team for halftime analysis. Join us for the second half.
Well, many thanks there to our team at Mbiles at Rufaro Stadium. That's Chinola, William Tingwa, and Joseph Nkani. Well, Chinola, he's a Real Madrid, and Joseph Nkani is Liverpool. We're born, and it is 1-0 Yadah. Remember, focus that Yadah might go on to win this one. So they are leading. Free kick coming from Innocent Muchaneka. Harmony Nare, they a bit confused at how that free kick came. I can also tell you that elsewhere across the country at Butter Stadium, Dynamos, who are the away team, are leading Kwekwe United by 2-0. And when that news came across, you know who had a smile from there to there, from there to there, you know who. And then I can tell you that at Emma Gumeni, Highlanders down to Tel1 by 1-0. And at Gibo, FC Platinum are down to Triangle by 1-0. Wow. We'll see what the second half does get for us there. And, at the top of the show, when I talked about people who hack and this particular person or persons who are using Charles Mabika on the go, which is not me, Justice Majavi was just telling me the same thing happened to him, and he had to report it to Facebook. I've done that. I reported it to Facebook, and I'm sure the culprits will be exposed soon. So, my handle on Facebook is just Charles Mabika, not Charles Mabika on the go. That's not me. Right. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Yes, we're going to look back at the first 45 minutes. And in the studio with me, two experts from ZBC TV Sports. That's of course, the two Manchester United supporters, that's Sparrow Spencer Nyamadzau and the Chief Justice Majabi. Well, Sparrow, free kick by Innocent Muchaneka, purely out of nothing, and maybe as we see it again there, Harmony Nare. Well, you can't blame him really, because he thought Muchaneka was going to deliver a cross, so he had his wall set in that particular way, but Muchaneka was cleverer, as we saw there. He must have seen what the goalkeeper thought.
Yes, I mean, Innocent Muchaneka scoring a goal out of nothing. The keeper badly positioned, the quarter 6th and 7th. I mean, look, he thought the ball was going to go far post, but Innocent coming to the near post. I think a good, clever hit by Innocent Muchaneka. I think he's also got experience, and he's also an experienced player, and managing to get the goalkeeper off guard and getting Yadah the all-important goal they need. I mean, this is one game they need to win.
One game that Yadah need to win, but you see, it's not. If Yadah keeps on winning, Triangle are also winning. You know that it's bad news for somebody who's sitting here, because that means nothing will change. Even if they hit Kwekwe United by 4-0, it's still the same, because as it is, with Triangle winning and with Yadah winning, Dynamos remain in 17th position. But we won't ask Chief Justice about that. But we'll ask him about what is going on at Rufaro. As we see again, Chief Justice here, the free kick, delicate one by Muchaneka.
Well placed. I think Nare, he was badly positioned. Sparrow noted that. And of course, usually we all of us football people, we blame goalkeepers. He was supposed to be there.
but Chief Justice here, I will disagree with you. I think he didn't know. He thought that Muchaneka was going to deliver a cross. That's why he had set his wall like that. I mean, he's feeling bad, inconsolable.
Yeah, looking at the angle and the distance where the free kick was, I think he should have done better. If he wants to be a good goalkeeper, Nare.
He is a good keeper.
Yes, if he wants to be one of the best to talk about. But if you get scored like this, I think your abilities are doubted. Of course, it happens in football, but I wouldn't expect him to.
Then the almost an own goal there.
A good save from the goalkeeper.
It ended up being a good save from Timon Vula. But again, Makepe, they're trying to get the equalizer, which has not come yet. But remember, there's still 45 minutes and there's still plenty to talk about. But for now, it looks like it's turning out to be a two-horse race for the league title between Chinuchedu, that's Simba Bora, and Maviravira, Scotland, as we take another look at the highlights from the first half at Rufaro Stadium. Well, Sparrow, it's evenly balanced, isn't it? There's no team that is really stuck the boot out. It's evenly balanced, isn't it?
For me, I call it 50-50. I mean, yes, Yadah were lucky to get that goal, but in terms of the balance of play, I think it's evenly poised, it's balanced. I think both teams had a couple of chances in the first half. Could have been 2-2 if they had converted the chances, but Yadah leading by a goal to nil. And I think for Caps, if they can bring in, we're not seeing Phineas Bamusi run on the flank like he usually does. I think also maybe the surface is also contributing because the surface is poor at Rufaro. I mean, already 2 players have picked up injuries because of the surface, and I think for Bakala, if he can maybe try and bring in Junior Bunjira on the right, try and get him to run on the flank with Bamus on the other flanks and try and whip in the cross. Maybe they can get something back in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a plea. This is a plea on behalf of all football lovers in the country, not only in the capital. This is a plea to all you city fathers and mothers from the Harare City Council. Please, Tapota, do something about Rufaro Stadium, because we will end up getting players really maimed and not being able to play again, because we've already seen, as you saw there, 2 players because of the turf. Let's have a look at this. Turf is terrible. So please, Harare City Council, city fathers and mothers, please do something about this turf. I mean, this is the ceremonial home of football. So nicknamed by my good old friend, the Godfather Robson Sharuko. And it's looking nothing like that. Chief, you will know, you've played there before. It's looking nothing like the ceremonial home of football.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, and it has got a lot of pitches, you know. You can see the players, you know, usually when the players are going for the ball, you know, the steps even, they are very, very bad. And they are sprangling their ankles. They are also
Yeah, the more highlights playing on this very tricky turf, but what can you do? They have to do it. And do basaracho, graft racho manomdara, bana zoguida, odongo tamba murfaro imumu. And they are trying. Caps United and Yadah. Remember, Caps United won the reverse encounter 1-0 at the same venue here. It was supposed to be played at the Hart Stadium, but they moved it to Rufaro. But they're trailing. And the guy who scored for Caps United no longer there. He's now playing for Green Fuel. That's Rodwell Chinyengetere. He was in the lineup yesterday, but they came a cropper against the high-flying students, Herentals, who after Kundai Sangare got the all-important goal, which turned out to be the winner in the 77th minute. So the students knocking on the door there, they might be the dark horses, but at the moment, it looks like it's between Chinuchedu and Maviravira. It's going to be interesting. Oh, high-flying excitement awaiting us, Sparrow.
Definitely high-flying excitement. I mean, if you look at Simba Bora, they've done well. I mean, considering how many number of players they lost at the beginning of this, they lost about 5 players. And with Scotland also coming in as the new kid on the block, and they've rejuvenated football, and they've brought that flair in football and adding knowledge. So for me, I think Scotland will stand up tall. They've got an advantage to win because they've got depth, they've got experience, they've got players who can come at the right time and when it's needed. So for Joel Lepasha and his boys, I think they've got work to do. They're not out. They are very much in it. I mean, they're leading by a point, and Scotland are breathing hard in the back. So for Scotland, I think they will take it this year.
So it looks like for all you Black Rhinos players who won that league title back in 1984, it looks like maybe that history is going to be not blemished, but emulated, because, I mean, listen, 40 years we waited for that. You know, guys like Gift McCorney, Stanford 6 Montiz, the late Stanley Sinyon Dunduma, Jafet Muparutsa. That was a great team. Jerry Chidawa, Maronga Nyangela, the bomber. That was the mighty Rhinos then. But it looks like Scotland might be out to emulate that. Can they go on to win the Chibuku Super Cup? That's something else. But What happens in the second half at Rufaro Stadium? We're just waiting to cross there now. Oh yes, I think we can, as we now rejoin Ginola William Tingwa, who is sitting alongside Joseph Nkani. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Thank you very much and welcome back. Thank you very much, CNN and crew there from the studio for the halftime analysis. And we are back at Rufaro Stadium with Caps United Makepekepe taking on Yadah, the Miracle Boys. And it looks like Caps United will come up with a triple substitution, Joseph. Let's just see who is going to be substituted here. Looks like Kennedy Mupomba will call it a day. Let's see who else will call it a day here. And Joseph, what do you make of Caps United making triple substitutions at halftime? Jaden Bakare looks set to come on.
Yeah, I think Caps United coach Ian Bakala wants to have an immediate response to Yadah. He doesn't want to take chances and leave it till late to try and salvage this game, because what they need now is Caps United, they need an equalizer first before they start deciding the course of the game. They are chasing the game, so I think Ian Bakala doesn't want to waste any more time, but just to make sure he has a quick response. We see Junior Bunjira is also coming in on board, and is one of the
Junior Bunjira comes in for Kennedy Mpomba.
So definitely Ian Bakala looking for a quick response to get this game to parity.
And Jaden Bakari looks set to come in. Junior Bunjira, Jaden Bakari, and Raema Bisila Mabiala. Those are the three changes to be made here by Caps United. So Kennedy Mapomba, Sean Muzinde, and Adam Tende. Those are the three to be substituted. Jaden Bakari been introduced there by Ian Bakala. So Mabiala is preparing to come on before play resumes here at the Ceremony Home of Football. There is Mabiala.
And Mabiala is a striker, so he's the one coming in for Tende, for Adam Tende. And then we saw Junior Bunjira also coming in. And I'm sure maybe young Bunjira will operate from the right channel, maybe even coming from a central position, because that's where he's also comfortable with.
So away we go, and Caps United now attacking their favorite city end goal and defending the Mbare end, and Yadah in all red attacking the Mbare end and defending the city end, and Caps United in all white. If you have just joined us, Makepekepe, the Green Machine, trailing by 1-0 to the Miracle Boys Yadah. Early chance for Caps United, but Timon Vula comes out and wins the battle there. Jaden Bakari straight into it, and Timon Vula goes down. Joseph, is this necessary, or was he injured?
Yeah, well, maybe gamesmanship, but it's too early to be doing that. Look at that ball there. It was flighted into the other box, and there was a tussle for possession. Of course, there was contact with the goalkeeper, but the contact was more to his arm than to his body. So I don't know why Timon Vula went down in that incident. Is he trying to take away the sting from Caps United, or just trying to manage the game? As you can see there, he actually stood to his feet, and then he gave an indication to the referee to say, "I'm going down," and he went down. But look, he's also lifting his left leg up, and he's being attended to on his chest. So you don't know which part of his body is suffering, because he lifted up his leg, and which might mean that he was limping because of a chest problem.
Yeah, I'm not very sure. And it looks like he has changed his boots, or maybe somebody in the dressing rooms there, the cobbler or something. Because it looks like the tape is gone away. I'm sure he has changed his boots. So players restarted there with the Josiah Daka with a long ball forward. Junior Bunjira straight into it. There is Junior Bunjira. That should be a free kick and open foot by Daka. 47 minutes by our watch here. So Kundai Benyu leaves it for Chinga Chintoshi. Bruce Kangwa beats one man. Can he beat the second one? Yes, he does. Junior Bunjira. Bruce Kangwa. All the way back to Wesley Milanzi. This is Chitoshi Chinga, the Zambian international. Amonare was quick to clear the blushes of poor back pass by Cape United defender, and that should be a free kick there. Tanaka Shikumba been kicked there by Kevin Mangiza from Cape United. There is the replay. There comes Mangiza, and he catches Tanaka Shikumba there. He must be feeling the pain, Joseph.
Yeah, it was dangerous play. It was a high boot, and which was sent into his rib cage. It's good to see him back on his feet because it could have been worse. But happy to see him.
Can Amon not worry about Michaneka again? There comes Michaneka. This time for the leader! Just over the bar by Yadah there. I'm sure he was not very clinical, unmarked and attended. And there is a confirmation of the changes made by Cape United during halftime. Mangiza forward looking for Jaden Bakari, wins the aerial tussle, but no one in support as Timon Vula gathers it all by himself, taking his time. Mvula finds Sonny Mewali, long ball over the center circle. Junior Bunjira, Chinga Chitoshi finds Kundai Benyu, good ball by Benyu. Oh, what a ball there by Cape United, looking for Phineas Bamus, was caught offside, and Kudagwashi Chirairo, the far side assistant referee there, his flag up, denying Cape United what looks like a good counter attack. So Sonny Mewali, there he is in your picture. Headed back by Benyu, looking for Mabiala. Jaden Bakare goes down and wins a free kick for Cape United in a position of no threat to Yadah. Shikumba Tanaka trying to delay Cape United from taking their free kick. Kundai Benyu back to Kwanga, to the Roman Rusike, but Bruce Kangwa with possession, and Yadah were looking for a free kick. Josiah Daka. Bruce Kangwa is now everywhere, Joseph.
Yeah, well, he's a workhorse for Cape United, and I see today he was actually deployed centrally at the heart of Cape United centre back pairing, together with the West African Chintoshi Chinga.
Yeah, and yellow card to Jaden Bakari for dissent. Is it Jaden Bakari or yes, Jaden Bakari for dissent? He was not agreeing with the referee's call for offside when Kudakwashi Chirairo raised his flag, and Cape United supporters also throwing their hands towards the match officials.
Good for them that there is no dissent cards or dissent booking for anyone in the terraces as there is Cape United fans in that case. But Bakari, I think dissent is better advised to know that you need to hold your temper. Yes, you are chasing a goal, you are desperate, you are one goal down, but still you need to keep hold of your wits about you and avoid unnecessary yellow cards, because they can accumulate at the end of the season, also go through a suspension. But at the same time, just focus on the game, do the necessary, do the needful, find your team a goal and equalize, and possibly get a second one to win and seal the points in this game.
And as you can see that today they are missing Tanaka Shandirwa because of suspension, the accumulation of those yellow cards. At one time it will cost the team. Good defended by Muchaneka there, denying Bamusi a break. So Caps United gets a throw. Quickly taken by the captain Bamusi to Jaden Bakari. Yadah defending for dear life. Masukuta to the wrong man. Kelvin Mangiza. So throw on captain play. Junior Bunjira dispossessed. That's a harmless looking ball to Hamon Nare, who doesn't waste time. He's looking for Bamusi. Jaden Bakari is chasing. Throw into Yadah. Agreeing and disagreeing with the referee, the Caps United supporters. Joseph?
Yeah, it was a difficult one because I thought it was a 50-50. It was a question of who took the ball first, because the two players actually had contact with the ball. Look at that was a clearance. I mean, Jaden Bakari had the first touch, trying to find his way out, and then the last touch for me in that instance was from Yadah. So Caps United fans, I think, are justified.
Bamusi inside the box. They are looking for a penalty turned away by the referee. And Caps United are not happy. They're feeling being held down by Lloyd Mapanges. They were appealing for a penalty there. And Joseph, just a glimpse there, I saw Phineas Bamusi removing an object that was thrown by the Caps United supporters from that city end bay.
That's good on the part of the captain. Okay, that ball was sent in there. A deflection. Yeah, it's difficult to see, but yeah.
But it looks like it came off the boot of Sonny Meliwa and then to his hand, which is not a penalty to me, if that is exactly what transpired. I need to have a second look at it, and Timon Vula comes out to punch that ball out of danger, and Daka makes sure it's cleared away. Throw it to Caps United. Wesley Milanzi inside the box. Junior Bunjira. Milanzi. His cross blocked. Josiah Daka battling it with the Bunjira. Finally out of danger by Sony Mewali. Chitoshi. Junior Bunjira and Daka. Throw into Yadah.
That's the good thing about Junior Bunjira. You know, he's always on the run. He's always on his toes, and he's full of running. Very skillful, very tricky. So it's something I think that has brought life into the Caps United offensive play because of the 3 substitutions that they made in the 46th minute.
Terence Daka. Kundai Benyu. Back to Benyu again. Bulldozing his way, but could get Tanaka Chikumba. Long ball, but only Bruce Kangwa in attendance and leaves it to Road to Hamonare. Long ball forward by the Caps United goalkeeper. Remember, Stephen Odai Kwaku is injured, the Ghanaian goalkeeper, who was beaten twice by 2 spectacular goals that go on in the Chibuku Super Cup.
Yes, and their substitute goalkeeper.
Chance for Nadolo! Yadah lead by 2 goals to 0 here. Is it Tanaka Chikumba, the substitute? Poor defending by Caps United. Presented to them in a golden plate and a silver spoon. Yadah, the Miracle Boys, lead by 2 goals to 0. 2 defensive blunders here. First a free kick by Innocent Mchaneka, and Tawanda Chikumba being found there by King Nadolo inside the box unmarked, and a header. No chance for Hamon Nare, Joseph.
No chance for Hamon Nare, and it's also as a result of a miscued clearance. Look at the fans there. They can't believe what is going on at Rufaro Stadium there. It was Bruce Kwangwa whose clearance was not emphatic, and it fell kindly to a Yadah player who then unselfishly so shared the ball with the substitute Chikumba, who found the back of the net with a free header onto the far post. Harmoninare beaten twice, and the Cape United fans, they are not enjoying what they are seeing this afternoon at Rufaro Stadium. Unfortunately, Bruce Kangwa, being the fall guy, and his poor clearance gifted the ball. Look
There
at
it is.
Bruce Kangwa trying a first time clearance, a missed kick. King Nadolo controlled it, laid it onto Chikumba, who found a clear free header which Harmoninare could not do anything about, because the ball was sent to the opposite direction. The ball was sent to where it was coming from, and Harmoninare was expecting a shot or a header to his right hand side. 2-0 to Yadah, and Cape United bleed further.
Defensive blunder by Cape United. A square ball was played across goal, and Bruce Kangwa was found there with a forced error. That was a blunder from this normally so reliable Bruce Kangwa. But first, it was the one who played that square ball inside the box, which is very, very dangerous, and not encouraged by any coaching standards, Joseph.
And if you look at that cross when it was sent, it was only Bruce Kangwa. So you then ask a few questions on the part of Cape United defense to say poor positioning and maybe lack of anticipation, because Bruce Kangwa was left exposed all by himself. Where were the other defensive partners for Bruce Kangwa?
So 58.5 minutes gone here at Rufaro Stadium. It's Yadah the Miracle Boys 2, Cape United Makepekepe 0. And as we stand, Yadah above Cape United on goal difference, same number of points, 28 points apiece.
Yes, and they have swapped position, because coming into this game, Yadah were 15th and Cape United were 8th. So now 11th. So now Yadah have swapped position with the Cape United, displacing them from above, and now they are below Yadah.
So corner kick for Cape United. Can they restore parity here at Rufaro Stadium? There is Michael Nis, the national team coach, in attendance here. And the one with the book and the suit there is the match commissioner, Richard Mandoko.
And look at that ball, is not a
Corner kick for Cape United, flicked the far post, goal kick to Yadah. So the match commissioner taking notes of Lloyd Mapanje. I'll be interested to see how many marks he will get out of 10 from the match commissioner. Joseph, so far, you're ready for the match official Lloyd Mapanje?
Yeah, I think he's done well. We haven't seen any decisions that we can say were questionable or unfair or biased. I think so far the referee Mapanje has actually done so well in this game, and even including his 2 assistants and the 4th official. Kedisani is also, remember, Kedisani is also coming from a suspension. I think he's bouncing back. This must be his first game from his suspension to officiate. But of course, he's the 4th official today.
But confirmation of the scoreline there. After 26 minutes, Innocent Mchaneka with an awkward free kick, and after 56 minutes, it's Tanaka Chikumba throwing for Cape United. They're the near side here. Ian Bakala with a white cap there, quickly taken by Mangiza. Throw into Yadah. Like Joseph, you said it before kickoff that Cape United are unpredictable. You might not know which Cape United will play. If you are to compare the Cape United which played against Scotland and won 1-0 here, and this Cape United we are witnessing this afternoon, 2 different teams.
Yes, 2 different teams. Cape United are inconsistent. I think that has been their biggest problem. That has been Cape United's biggest setback, because you never know which Cape United is going to come. Cape United will come in and be on fire in one game. The next game they are mediocre. The next game they are average. So it's a gamble when you watch Cape United matches.
Chance for Yadah again, and finally it's cleared out of danger. But Cape United have been penetrated easily there with the Sukuta Shingai there doing all the tricks inside the box, and the Yadah player is lying down inside the box.
That's Ivan Rusike.
Yeah, the captain Ivan Rusike. It's not a head injury, that's why the referee has left it go. Masukuta! Cricket go, but straight at Amonare. And finally, the referee thought of, and now he stops play.
I think Caps United camp, the fans as well as the players, look at those fans there. I think their bone of contention is that the referee did not blow to stop play while Yadah had the ball possession. Now Caps United have picked up the ball possession, and then that's when you blow the whistle to stop play. Whereas you would want to expect that Yadah should have stopped play because their player was down injured. So I think it's one thing that needs to be looked into, to say at what stage of the game do you stop play. Evans Rusike wincing in agony, fair and fine, no problem with that. But should Yadah have put the ball out to touch and allow their player to be attended to? Now that Caps United have the ball, why are you stopping play now? I think that's the reason why Caps United fans are up and angry over the call by the referee to stop play when they have the possession.
Yeah, even the Cape United players were not happy with the match official stopping play there. But that was not a head injury, and Ivan Rusike was down inside the Cape United box. Phineas Bamusi brought down. Free kick to Cape United. Kevin Mangiza behind it. Let's see if they can utilize this set piece. Mangiza inside the box. Anyone there home? Junior Bunjira to recycle it. Chitoshi couldn't control it actually. Bruce Kango is beaten again here, but he recovers. And free kick there after he was pushed by Rusike, who is back into the field of play.
And if you look at that ball, the way it was flighted, Rusike had actually benefited from an awkward bounce, which eluded Bruce Kango. But Rusike was just coming from outside the field of play, because he was being attended to following his injury a few minutes earlier. It would also have been a double blow for Cape United, because it would have bounced kindly for an incoming Evans Rusike, to the detriment and disappointment of Cape United. So it's good there, maybe Cape United survive that attack.
Yeah, if you saw Joseph there, it was actually, Rusike was actually penalized for offside. The flag was up.
Was it for offside or for free kick?
It was offside. It was the way the match official raised his flag there, that is Edgar Rumeke. It was offside.
Yeah, which is a good goal
there.
Yes.
King Nadolo, beaten to it by Junior Bunjira. Kundai Benyu doing quite well, but dispossessed there. Masatuka. Nadolo goes down. No free kick. Mabiala keeps it in play. Offside to Bamusi, but the referee didn't spot it. Cape United with the chance with the cross. Yeah! Free head inside the box there should be Jaden Bakari.
Yeah, that was a good chance for Cape United to find their opener this afternoon.
Corner kick to Cape United. Jaden Bakari well defended there by Sonny Mewali. Took the ball off the head of Bakari. Junior Bunjira. Cross blocked by Daka. Corner kick to Cape United. 65 minutes gone here at Rufaro Stadium. It's still the Miracle Boys leading Makepekepe by 2-0. Shintuli, sorry. Now Chitoshi. Benyu to Bamusi. Chitoshi trying to dribble past these two markers. That should be for Timon Vula. He collects it safely. Yadah still leading by 2-0. So Triangle leading FC Platinum by 2-0 at Gibo. Islanders down to tail 1 by 1-0. So even if Dynamo's win today, it might be a victory in defeat because it might not help matters for them, as all the teams above them except for Greenfield, they are also picking up crucial points.
Yes, that's the unfavorable story to tell Dynamos fans. To say, Dynamos, you are beating a team that is below you, but the teams above you, Yadah, are leading Cape United 2-0 now. The other team next to Yadah, Triangle, are leading FC Platinum by 2-0 now. Manica Diamond is the next team. We'll wait to get an update. They played yesterday, didn't they? And then Chicken Inn, also another team in contention. So Dynamos winning, but not gaining ground.
Yes, they might not be gaining ground. Remember, they floored Mons here by 1-0. So Hamonare collects it for Cape United. Manica Diamonds and Chicken Inn drew 0-0 yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
So it means those teams above Dynamos are also picking crucial points.
And Manica Diamond and Chicken Inn, they drew
0-0 yes.
yesterday. So teams above Cape Dynamos are actually doing their own favors and picking up points of their own. Chikumba, they're down. The substitute and goal scorer for Yadah is another man down there, but being assisted back to his feet by the referee and the teammate to say, let's play on. It's a men's game. Pick yourself up and let's continue playing.
Free kick taken by Chinga Chitoshi. Junior Bunjira. Good ball there by Junior Bunjira. Oh my word!
I don't
that
like
should
the way.
Be dangerous.
Yes, I don't like the way he fell over. He tipped over the
advertising boards.
Yeah, but I think he's coming back again. It's not Bunjira.
No, Bunjira is the one who traded the pass.
Yes. It's Mabiala.
Yeah, that one should be Mabiala who failed to bring the cross back into
his
play.
Momentum was just too much. He tipped over the advertising hoarding there.
Vareta with a long ball forward, headed away by Bruce Kangwa. Mchaneka to Daka. Mchaneka couldn't control. Benyu controls. Chintuli looking for Junior Bunjira. Can he do something, the young man? Oh, he's...
Surely that must be a free kick. Surely.
But the referee said
go kick.
Go kick, yes.
But surely the young man was impeded there.
And another missile has been thrown by Cape United fans there.
Yeah, unpleasant scenes.
Yes, they are not happy with the match official.
Yes. And not so long ago, we had actually uploaded the referee for handling this game so ably and fairly. But now, in that instance, we may have to have a relook at it there.
There it is. Vareta and Bunjira going toe for toe.
And the boy is fast. And he actually had the ball first. Bunjira actually had the ball first, so it's Vareta's follow through here, the momentum of his body, which then fell, and his body actually went and tackled young Bunjira. I think Cape United fans and players also will be justified to express their anger, but not through throwing missiles onto the pitch. But definitely for me, that should have been a free kick to Cape United via Junior Bunjira.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. The Bunjira got to the ball first, and Takunda Vareta's trailing right leg there impeding Junior Bunjira. So go kick to Yadah, and Temon Vula takes it short to Takunda Vareta. Long ball forward by Vareta, headed away by Bruce Kangwa. Wesley Milanzi. Free kick to Yadah. That is Aaron Zangai.
Yeah, the referee.
Phineas Bamusi is not here. The captain is expressing his frustration to the referee and not very happy the way how the match officials handling this match. But overall, the referee was doing quite well. Just that's a few minutes ago when it looks like he's not getting control of the match.
Yes, yeah. I mean, all along we have to give it to him, the referee. He had handled the game so well, but I think the second half somehow seems to be getting out of his grip and making some questionable calls. And in this instance, look at that ball there. It was a high ball. Yeah, I think Milanzi there with a knee high tackle. Off the ground. Yeah,
that should be a free kick and possibly a yellow card.
Yeah, I think in this case, good call by the referee. Wesley Milanzi there, a high knee off the ground, and he impeded the other player there onto his midrib.
Yeah, good call by the match official. I agree with him. That is a free kick to Yadah, and there's every right to stop play there. In agony, there should be Caps United the players. And you see Mr. Chibuku, William Manondo getting ready to be introduced here. Timon Vula rushing all the way to the technical bench to receive some advice from the coaching staff. So Aaron Zangai,
And
the player was injured, they might call it a day.
the Caps United fans are calling for time. He's saying time. The referee must watch time because
Yes.
Caps United are losing time to recover in this game. Hopefully, and I'm sure the referee would have stopped his watch in this instance to allow for the injured player to be attended to. These are the minutes that we expect to see at the end of the 90 as additional minutes.
So there's William Manondo, formerly of Caps United. Started his career at Harare City. That's the days when he was called Mr. Chibuku. And that is Aaron Zangai on the stretcher there. And William Manondo, this season he started playing for Simba Bora in Shamba at Wadzanai. He got injured there, didn't make an impact there. There comes William Manondo.
And he's a striker. Will he come in and give the final bite on the Caps United cheek?
Confirmation, Aaron Zangai been substituted, and William Manondo, number 27, comes in. Quick throw by Amonare. Look for Jordan Bakare. Phineas Bamusi, can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. Chintuli, sorry. Bamusi, inside the box. Good cross! Junior Bunjira couldn't keep it in play. But I think the cross was
I think the
overweight.
cross was, it was overweight.
Too much weight,
It has so much pace on it that any other Caps United player coming on the blind side, like in this case, there's the Bambusi, they're finding his way into the other box, a trickery on shore, and his flighted ball there, too strong for Junior Bunjira to cut back in or possibly go at target. So the ball was overweight. Yeah, you can't fault the young man there. I think for effort, he did well, but he didn't get a good connection because the ball was overcooked. It was overweight.
Shiga Chintosh looking for Benyu. He couldn't keep it in play. That man with the check the shirt is Max Otakanis Ajongwe, the professor, coach for Yadah. Sign language for you by the professor.
Yes, and the players will understand what he's trying to say. And I think he was trying to reshape his team, say some positions you may have to double up and frustrate Caps United.
Terence Baguranyaga with a throw flicked by Ivan Drusike to the hands of Amonare. Reverse fixture, Caps United winning by 1-0 here at Rufaro. Rodo Chinyengetere with a late header in that game. King Nadolo to Manondo. Good play by Manondo. There comes Phineas Bamusi to the wrong man, throw into Caps United. Quickly taken. Kundai Benyu. Kevin Mangiza. Back to Mangiza. Cross inside the box. Well dotted by Yadah. Rusike. Throw into Caps United. Quickly taken by Mangiza. Two balls inside the field of play. Bamusi. Bunjira beaten to it by Daka. Wesley Milans. Junior Bunjira. Straight to the goalkeeper, Timon Vula.
Nothing is going right for Caps United this afternoon, and now they are more desperate that the other player there being taken off on the stretcher, and I think in the direction.
That's Aaron Zangai.
Aaron Zangai, he's
substituted, yes.
He's still being attended to by the medical staff there, the paramedics. We hope it's not anything serious. Another speculative ball, Willie. We're always noting this to say at times you might be desperate, but what quality of balls do you send up front to your strikers, to your teammates? Because some balls are just unnecessarily too long and they may be aimless. And at the same time, you are desperate, you are looking for an equalizer or you are looking for a consolation goal, nothing will happen. I want you to watch, each time a long ball is played, chances are it's going to land on an opponent.
Could Menu fighting hard to regain possession and throw into Caps United? Benyu losing the ball to Daka. Nadolo to Daka. Muchaneka Innocent. Tanaka Chikumba, the goal scorer. Going forward, it tries from afar. He couldn't beat Amonari from there and he couldn't find the target either. There is Tanaka Chikumba, the one who headed in the second for Yadah. And Yadah will leapfrog Caps United with a 2-goal margin victory here at Rufaro Stadium. Phineas Bamusi, the captain. Chintuli. Mangiza, Bamusi, Mangiza, Chintuli, Bamusi, Tanaka Chikumba penalized by the match official for a foul on Phineas Bamusi, the captain and the captain. 12 minutes before the end of this match, Joseph, and do you see Caps United coming back into this game?
Now
Is the follow-up? That's a foul.
Yeah, it's a foul.
That's a foul.
And he was off the ground, mind you. Yeah, he was in
Yes.
full flight. It's not like he was on the ground. Yeah, so I think Chikumba, they survived. I think a card of the same color as the referee's jersey would have warranted.
Exactly. So 79 minutes played, 11 minutes to full time here as Calvin Mangiza flights in it. Oh, just missed the target there. Is it Jaden Bakari? Timon Vula was beaten. There is Zangai. The player has been substituted through injury. And the other seems like they are preparing another substitute. There is the cross. And Bakari's header there, beating Timon Vula, but not the goal post. Couldn't find the back of the net with that header. Good play there by Kelvin Mangiza. Kundai Benyu fighting hard. Bamusi. Finding support in the form of Kelvin Mangiza. Kundai Benyu. Good ball there to Jaden Bakari. Good cross. Almost an end goal. Good save by Timon Vula. That was almost turned in by the other defenders. Should be Sonny Mewali for the second time this game. In the first half, he almost scored an own goal, and this time he had Timon Vula to thank Joseph.
Yeah, maybe a bit jittery on the young man there. Maybe because of the pressure that is now being mounted by Cape United seeking a consolation goal. So definitely he's lucky, and also has to buy his goalkeeper a few drinks after the game because he's been bailed twice in this game. An unnecessary free kick being given away there by Cape United. This will further disrupt the flow of play. It will further disrupt the sting that you have. So Jaden Bakari, you are better advised to remain focused, concentrate, focus on the job at hand. Look at now, the goalkeeper will take his time to come up. Jaden Bakari, you are not doing yourself and the team a favor.
And remember, he's sitting on a yellow card.
Yeah.
That's some good work by Jaden Bakari inside the box there. Turns well, sending a tantalizing hard and low cross that was nearly turned into the back of the net by Takunda Vareta.
Would have been a brilliant free kick. I mean, a brilliant own goal.
And Timon Vula there with a double save. Great save by Timon Mvula to avoid the embarrassment of an own goal by Takunda Vareta, the normally so reliable centre back. So Timon Mvula would take his time here after Jaden Bakari's clumsy nudge on him.
Yeah, and very unnecessary.
So Yadah preparing Donald Mulilo. And another one should be Kudzai Jason. So let's see who will be substituted there. Double change for Yadah. There's a good ball by Benyu. Finding Jaden Bakari. Good control. Taking his marker away. Good cross, hard and low. And Takunda Vareta there. There is Timon Mvula. Brilliant stop.
Yeah, Vareta owes Timon Mvula a drink.
Timon Mvula, remember, was kept by the Warriors under Norman Mapeza and guarded the goals for the Warriors against Ethiopia at the National Sports Stadium.
A
So
substitution by
Shingai
Yadah.
Masukuta who called it a day, and Donald Mulilo who comes in. And it's Fernando. Marvelous. The other substitutes. So King Nadolo will come out for Marvelous Fernando. Masukuta being congratulated by the professor. There is Mulilo Donald, the man who has just been introduced, and King Nadolo calls it a day. Marvelous Fernando.
And Fernando is a defensive midfielder. I think Takaenda Jongwe now wants to shut shop and make sure nothing will happen further in this game, that Cape United will not sniff a goal within the last 7-8 minutes of the game. So, yeah, tactical changes by Maxwell Takaenda Jongwe, bringing Marvelous Fernando, a defensive midfielder, as well as Mulilo, a winger on the other side.
So Cape United time is not on their side. 6 minutes to go plus whatever Lloyd Mapanje would add at the end of the 90. Throw into Cape United, Kelvin Mangiza. Chintuli dispossessed. And the foul committed there by Kundai Benyu. Free kick to Yadah. So the miracle ball, that is a Donald Mulilo. The man has just been introduced. And that's the man who committed the foul, Kundai Benyu. A subdued afternoon for the dreadlocked midfielder.
Yeah, usually a reliable midfielder, very influential in the game. But today we didn't see his flashes of brilliance. Not that he was bad, but we didn't see the Kundai Benyu who we have seen before.
Some Chaneka innocent. That should be a corner kick. Hamonare would save that corner kick. So Cape United must be worried, because if they concede another goal, then that will be done for the day. And that lady there is definitely a Cape United supporter.
But she's enjoying herself, never mind the scoreline, but she still can put on a smile. Whatever it is that's making her smile. But his team is on the short end of the stick here. Cape United desperate for for a consolation goal at least.
So he should be worried of Dhaka. Punched away by Amonare. Dhaka, can he bring in another cross? Yes, he does, but headed away by Cape United. Muchaneka heads it to his teammate. Finding, is it Tanaka Chikumba on that far side. Tried to beat Benyu, but he can't. Free kick after Benyu was pulled down by Chikumba, the goal scorer of the second goal, that headed goal. He was set up by King Nadolo. And Hamonare hurrying. Finds the wrong man. Ivan Rusike. Mchaneka to the wrong man. Junior Bunjira. Can he produce something here, Bunjira? At a low cross. Dealt with by Fernando Mevelas. The man was introduced a few minutes ago. Throw in quickly taken. Head away by Vareta. Bunjira regains possession. Dangerous for Yadah. Corner kick to Cape United. Daka couldn't agree with the match officials. Almost 3 minutes before full time here, plus whatever the referee Lloyd Mapanja will add to the end of the 90. Can Cape United salvage something here? Then you beaten to it by Fernando. Kelvin Mangiza. That one should be for Timon Vula. Taking his time. And Joseph Arias Banda with a real start for Highlanders. He has just missed the penalty at Babafield Stadium, and the Highlanders are trailing by 1-0. And Yadah here leading by 2-0. Triangle leading at Gibbo Stadium against Norman Mapesa FC Platinum by 2-0. And Kwekwe United still trail Dynamos by 2-0 at Bata Stadium.
Ariel Spanda is usually a reliable penalty taker. He's a goalkeeper, yes, but he has come up with some goals through the penalty spot. But of course, it's unfortunate for Highlanders that he couldn't convert the chance that was presented him. But again, it's also not good for Highlanders because they are still trailing by 1-0. They are desperate for an equalizer. You want them, the Highlanders fans will want them to get a consolation and at least salvage a point. Unfortunately, therefore, Ariel Spanda.
And they're also not sitting on a comfortable position on the log there. They have 29 points, one ahead of these two teams playing here. So just 1 point ahead of these two teams who are fighting relegation is not good for a team of Highlanders caliber.
Yeah, and for us now to be talking Highlanders being mid-table, 9th on the log table, it's uncharacteristic. It's just like we are seeing with Dynamos, also just like we are seeing with Cape United. These are our traditional giants in the local football, but they've been waning and waning over the years. And this season definitely has written a different script in as far as the traditional giants of local football are concerned. We are seeing new blood, new money, new talent coming in, and new teams coming onto the show. Maybe it's an evolution in football. You never know.
Yeah, and you see Highlanders looking at Amagumeni, losing at Amagumeni, it's not something that we are used to.
Yes.
And especially when playing the teams like Tier 1. But yes, Tier 1, not taking anything away from Tier 1. But Highlanders, whenever they are playing at BF, we expect them to do well. Free kick for Cape United. Intelligently taken there. Junior Bunjira. Oh my God. Not well executed there. The cross was weak.
Yeah, I think the ball from Kundai Benyu was a bit hard for Junior Bunjira there. I think the drill, the routine was good. It was strategic.
Chance for Cape United! They put one back there!
Mabiala.
It's Mabiala! 90th minute, Cape United pull one goal back.
And there's going to be 4 minutes additional time.
And the board is up. 4 minutes to be added on at the end of the 90. We are already 12 seconds into the 4 minutes of added time here. So can Cape United do something in the 4 minutes to be added on? Mabiala with a first saver here. Can they find an equalizer, Cape United? On top of your screens on the left there, that's confirmation of the 4 minutes to be added. Hang on, hang on. Fernando. Snapshot there by Yadah. And Ian Bakala in your picture. There is the goal. Came off Junior Bunjira's chest. And Mabiala acrobatically beating Timon Vula, all systems out.
So it will come out as a young Bunjira assist to Mabiala to volley home. This is the time now where you need to focus as a player, even on the part of Yadah or even on the part of Cape United. You need to focus. Be efficient. Make sure, you need to make sure whatever you are doing, make sure, as I told you, that those long speculative balls, will definitely not do much. As it is now, well, we don't know whether he's genuinely injured or not, or
That's
it's
Terence
just
Maguranyanga.
managing the game. But what it does is it takes away the sting from Cape United attacks. It takes away the agency and the power from Cape United, and even Cape United coach Ian Bakala.
Oh, Jaden Bakare and Terence Daga there. Jaden Bakare must be very careful. He might be penalized and yellow carded by the match official, which will be his second yellow card, and might be sent off here.
There's no need to do that.
There is the goal again. Came off Junior Bunjira's chest and volleyed home by Mabiala.
It's a beautiful goal.
That's Raema Bisila Mabiala. So time is ticking away for Ian Bakala, that man in your picture. And Timon Vula knows very well that they need to manage this match very well with about 1.25 minutes to go before full time. Maybe, remember, it's a minimum of 4 minutes. They can be more than 4 minutes.
They should be more than 4 minutes, because in the process, Timon Vula actually spent a few more seconds of the normal additional time. So definitely we expect the referee to add more minutes than the 4 that were indicated. Tempers flaring there.
Yes, tempers flaring. And the card has been produced by the match official, a yellow card. So it's Innocent Mchaneka. Innocent Mchaneka, the goal scorer. He has been yellow carded. He was trying to delay
the restart.
By
the throw
Phineas Bamusi.
Yes. Looks like it's going to be a long one.
Yeah, so throw inside the box. Danger! That should be a goal kick to Yadah and Raema Bisila Mabiala. Try to come up with a red double to level the matters here to Rufaro. And a yellow card here to Timon Vula.
Yeah, for
time wasting,
yes. Good call by the referee. Time wasting.
Jaden Bakari, I'm sure he's lucky not to be sent off.
Yeah, he's very lucky. He must thank his gods, because he's been expressing dissent. He's been disrupting play, and I think the referee may want to look at him maybe with a different eye. But certainly, good call by the referee to give Timon Vula a yellow card. As you can see, the goal kick is going to take forever to be taken by Yadah, and I'm sure the referee will want to add more minutes on the additional stoppage time.
So Cape United Makebekebe 1, Yadah the Miracle Boys 2. Deep into injury time here, and Lloyd Mapanje blows to end this match. So Yadah have recorded a rare victory here at the ceremonial home of football Rufaro Stadium. So it's full time here at Rufaro Stadium. Cape United Makebekebe 1 and Yadah the Miracle Boys 2. Joseph, I will leave you with your thoughts of the match as I go down pitch side for the post-match interviews.
For starters, I thought the referee would have added even at least a minute onto additional time, because the game lost more time as Timon Vula wasted time with some injury, genuine or no injury, but at the same time I think it was a stoppage that was worthy to be added onto the additional time. So one will feel sympathy for Cape United family that the 4 minutes that the referee had added should have been added an extra, maybe a minute or even a 90 seconds to that. But having said that, I think it was a game that Yadah deserved to win. They came in the first half. In the beginning of the first half, we saw a more fired up Cape United, but Cape Yadah did very well to contain the pressure, and then they came up and then attacked Cape United. Cape United, of course, nothing went right for them this afternoon. What will be of worry to Cape United is that maybe because of the injuries that they suffered in terms of Brian Kadamaja, Mugalu, as well as Kwaku, who were injured and missing. But more tellingly was the absence of Tanaka Kante Shandirwa, whose bossing of the midfield was definitely missed and felt on part of Cape United. But on the other side, we can't take away the shift that was put in by Yadah, courtesy of coach Takaende Sajongwe. So what means now is Yadah are going to their next match. They will be facing Ngezi at home, and then they will travel to Baba Fields to face Highlanders. And then on the other side, Cape United are going to face FC Platinum, who were trailing this afternoon last time we had, and then they come again to face and host ZPC Kariba. And now we'll take you down to commentator Willie, who's now with the coaches for post-match interviews. Over to you, Willie.
Yeah, I'm now joined by the losing coach Ian Bakala. Coach, what an afternoon and a bad outing for Cape United. Awful display here and losing by 2-1 to Yadah. What's your thoughts of this match?
Oh, I think it's just concentration. We considered the goal when we were on top, and I think it brought the team down a bit. Second half we came. Again, we considered again a giveaway goal, which is something that it has to be improved. And it comes to everyone. You see, Cape United winning games, everyone as a player has to play for the badge. But today, how we have considered goals, it's something that unacceptable.
Yeah, you considered a free kick. It was a free goal, but the second goal, I think that was a poor defending by your team. And can you attribute this defeat to you gambling with making a lot of chances up front and leaving some of the players on the bench, like Nyasha Chintuli, who has scored the last two games for you, one against Islanders here and the other one away at Gibo, when you played the Gibo in the 2-1 loss the last time you played the league game, and you left them on the bench, including Junior Bunjira, and you brought in the likes of Tende Adam and Muzinde, who were not up to standard this afternoon.
Okay, I think on Bunjira, he had the situation yesterday. I think everyone knows. He kept crying in camp. We thought of resting him. But when we saw that at least now he has come back to normal, we introduced him. But to start, I think it was going to be a very big problem for him because his mind was still outside. But on Chinturi, it was a tactical change looking at we didn't have enough midfielders. If we would have made changes, it's going to be very difficult for us. So we thought of him coming out from the bench, going in. It was something that it was planned, but unfortunately the results didn't go on our way.
Oh, thank you very much, Coach, and better luck next time in your next league match. Yeah, that was Ian Bakala, the coach for Cape United, saying that Junior Bunjira, the reason why he was on the bench is because his father was involved in an accident yesterday, but we heard he's in a stable position as we wait for the winning coach here. And I'm now joined by the professor, the man we call Maxwell Takaende Sajongwe. Congratulations, Cape coach, for your victory against Cape United this afternoon.
Thank you. It was quite a demanding game. Credit to the boys. I thought we started with high intensity, but in the second half, Caps came at us. Fortunately, the boys remained with their concentration on point.
And we saw Cape United were looking for that elusive equalizer in the dying stages when he considered that goal. When they were leading by 2-0, that result was taking you above Cape United on goal difference. But when you consider that goal to win by a 1-goal margin, that it means that you are now below Cape United, but with the same number of points on 28 points. Do you think this victory will take you out of relegation?
What is important is getting maximum points. Even if we had got half a goal to get maximum points, it is fine. We don't even look at the log. It's too early to look at the log. We still have 27 points to play for. What is important is we got the maximum points. We don't want those permutations, who is minus what, plus what, not now. What is important is that we are on 28 like Caps. So we need to play our games, they will play their games. So I'm happy for the boys. They worked hard for the for the 3 points. And we can't take away from Caps being Caps. It's a big institution, quality coaches. They came at us in the second half. They were desperate for a win. Unfortunately for them, and fortunate for us, it was our day.
Oh, thank you very much, Coach, and congratulations for the victory, and wish you all the best in your remaining 9 matches as you go on to fight for relegation, and we wish you all the best. Thank you. Oh, that was the winning coach, Maxwell Takandesa Jongwe, saying that we are not worried about the goals. Even half a goal will give us 3 points. Whatever gives us 3 points is what is important. But he must remember that the league might be decided on goal difference come the end of the season. As we prepare to cross over to the studio where Charles Mabika is waiting for the analysis. Thank you so much.
As he talked to the two coaches, Kabanana Ian Bakala of Caps United and the fixer, that's Maxwell Takaendesa Jongwe, 2-1. Then it ended Caps United leaving it far too late with that consolation goal coming from the Democratic Republic of Congo's Mabiala. And now that is pushed Yadah out of the relegation zone, and Triangle as well. The last we had, they were leading FC Platinum by 2-0. So Triangle as well have moved out of the relegation zone. As we see the action from the match, the second half is Yadah went on to get another one after the first one, of course, came from the free kick, and then Tanaka Chikumba got number 2 before, of course, Caps United got that one late. And Sparrow, they came back a bit late, Caps United.
I think they left it for late. I think complacent, they creeping in at Yadah. They were leading 2-0. I think complacent creeping in, and Caps just came and snapped the goal, but it was a little too late.
Mm-hmm. Little too late. Well, Chief Justice, just quickly, doesn't do much with you winning 3-0. Doesn't do much to lift you off the relegation table, does it?
Yeah,
Just
but I
quickly.
think it's a good win as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, looking
Right.
into the next games. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, just asking the Chief Justice about the 3-0 win that they got over Kwekwe United. Well, that's just about it. Just leaves me to thank the two expert analysts here. That's Sparrow Spencer Nyamazao and Chief Justice Majavi. Yes, they were always splendid, the analysts from ZBC TV Sports. So do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everyone at ZBC TV Sports, a crew behind the scenes, fronted by our producers, Bevan Shinurai, Stuart Shoriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Gwanzura. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's